The deception begins. Dr. Sarah Chen stood at her workstation in the Lunar Observatory, her eyes fixed on the quantum detection array's holographic display. The signature was unmistakable, a massive gravitational distortion approaching from the direction of the Carina Nebula. She had trained 15 years for this moment, but her hands still trembled as she initiated the Alpha Protocol. Control, this is Lunar Observatory. We have confirmation of Pattern Omega. I repeat, Pattern Omega confirmed. In the depths of the Himalayan Command Center, General Marcus Rivera received the alert he had both anticipated and dreaded for the past 2 decades. The Rax Collective had finally arrived. Their reputation preceded them. A civilization that had conquered over 300 worlds, each more advanced than Earth appeared to be. The massive alien fleet materialized just beyond Mars' orbit, their ships resembling crystalline structures that seemed to bend light around them. The largest vessel alone dwarfed Earth's moon, its surface gleaming with patterns of energy that defied conventional physics. Immediately, all civilian communications worldwide experienced interference, a calculated move by the aliens to demonstrate their technological superiority. The first message arrived on every frequency in every language, transmitted simultaneously across the globe. Primitive species of Sol 3, you have been chosen for ascension into the Rax Collective. Our scans indicate a Level 2 civilization barely capable of nuclear fission. Submit to our guidance, and you may serve as auxiliaries in our grand design. Resist and face extinction. You have 6 planetary rotations to decide. In Times Square, Paris, Tokyo, and every major city, people gathered around massive screens displaying the message. Panic began to spread as military vehicles rolled through streets and emergency broadcasts interrupted regular programming. It was exactly the response the aliens expected from a primitive civilization facing first contact. But in a quantum-shielded chamber 5 kilometers beneath Mount Fuji, Dr. Yuki Tanaka smiled as she reviewed the alien fleet's scan data. They're using exactly the sensor technology we predicted, she reported to the assembled World Defense Council. Project Eclipse is working perfectly. They're seeing exactly what we want them to see. For the past 50 years, humanity had maintained the greatest deception in its history. Every visible technological advancement had been carefully calculated and staged. The International Space Station, nuclear power plants, and primitive satellites were all part of an elaborate facade. Behind this veil of apparent technological infancy, humanity had achieved things that would make even the Rax Collective pause. General Rivera activated the quantum secure link to all hidden command centers. Status report on Eclipse defensive systems. Lunar defense grid at 100% capacity, completely masked from alien detection, reported Commander Lai from the secret base beneath the Sea of Tranquility. Quantum shield network fully operational and undetected. Confirmed Colonel Santos from the Amazon underground complex. Dimensional phase generators ready for activation, added Dr. Padel from the Mariana Trench facility. In orbit, the Rax fleet's supreme commander, High Overseer Vextara, watched with satisfaction as Earth's primitive defense satellites attempted to scan his ships. His species had performed this ritual of intimidation countless times. The humans would panic, just as all primitive species did, then submit to their inevitable incorporation into the collective. But deep within Earth's hidden facilities, humanity's true technological marvels hummed to life. The quantum computers that could process more data in a second than all visible human computers combined in a year. The zero-point energy reactors that powered whole continents while maintaining the illusion of fossil fuel dependence. The phase shift generators that could alter the very fabric of space-time. Dr. Chen watched through quantum-enhanced sensors as the alien fleet deployed their standard pattern of scout ships. Each move they made had been predicted, simulated, and prepared for over decades of planning. The Rax Collective had no idea they were following the script written long before their arrival. Begin Phase 2, General Rivera commanded. Let's show them exactly what they expect to see. A frightened, primitive species scrambling to respond to superior beings. Across the globe, carefully orchestrated chaos unfolded. Military jets that were actually advanced holographic projections took to the skies. Nuclear missile silos that were elaborate props were opened. And in every major city, trained actors played their parts in a performance designed to convince the Rax Collective that humanity was exactly what they assumed, a primitive civilization ripe for conquest. The greatest show in human history had begun, and the audience had no idea they were watching a carefully crafted deception. As Dr. Chen initiated the next sequence of Project Eclipse, she couldn't help but smile. The Rax Collective was about to learn a lesson that would reshape the galaxy. Appearances can be deceiving, and humanity's greatest weapon had always been its ability to surprise. Shadows of preparation. 20 years earlier, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before the United World Council, her presentation displaying what appeared to be a simple asteroid mining operation on Europa. In reality, she was revealing humanity's most ambitious deception program to date. Project Eclipse isn't just about hiding our true capabilities, she explained to the assembled leaders. It's about creating a convincing technological evolution that any advanced civilization would expect to see. Every visible advancement must appear natural. Every discovery seemingly stumbled upon. The council chamber, hidden 2 kilometers beneath the Antarctic ice, hummed with quantum-dampening fields that kept their activities hidden from any potential observers. The room itself was a testament to humanity's true capabilities. Walls of programmable matter that could shift form and function instantly, holographic displays that operated on principles that would seem like magic to most of Earth's population. The key, Elena continued, is maintaining consistent inconsistency. Our visible technology must have flaws, limitations, and failures that any developing civilization would experience. The Europan mining operation isn't just a cover for our quantum consciousness research facility. Its regular accidents and setbacks are carefully orchestrated to maintain our facade. Now, as the Rax Collective's ships held position beyond Mars, the decades-long deception was being put to its ultimate test. In a hidden chamber beneath the Sahara Desert, Elena, now director of Project Eclipse, reviewed the success of their preparation. "Show me the Rax scan analysis," she commanded. The air before her shimmered as a holographic display materialized, showing the alien fleet's systematic survey of Earth's infrastructure. Every scan revealed exactly what Project Eclipse had meticulously constructed, a patchwork of primitive technologies struggling to advance beyond planetary bounds. Commander David Chen, head of the Asian defense sector, appeared as a quantum-entangled projection in her office. "The Guangzhou incident is proceeding as planned. Our primitive antimatter containment facility just experienced a carefully controlled breach. The Rax are monitoring exactly as predicted." Elena nodded, remembering how they had spent years building facilities designed to fail in specific, believable ways. The Guangzhou facility was actually a sophisticated holographic projection, but the Rax's scans would detect what appeared to be a desperate civilization experimenting with technologies beyond their understanding. In orbit, hidden beneath dimensional shields that made them invisible even to the Rax's advanced sensors, humanity's true space fleet waited. Ships powered by zero-point energy, hulls made of adaptive metamaterials, weapons that could manipulate the fundamental forces of the universe, all concealed behind a veil of primitive satellites and space debris. "Status report on the memory cloud," Elena requested. Dr. Aidan O'Connor's response came through their quantum-linked neural interface. His consciousness temporarily merged with the orbital defense network. "The collective consciousness of humanity remains completely hidden from Rax detection," he reported. "They have no idea that every human on Earth is connected through the quantum network, sharing knowledge and processing power that exceeds their entire civilization's computational capabilities." Elena accessed a secure feed from one of their deep cover agents in the civilian population. Sarah Martinez, ostensibly a frightened kindergarten teacher in Mexico City, was actually a senior psychological warfare operative. Her public displays of panic and fear were carefully calibrated to reinforce the RAC's expectations. "The street-level deception is holding," Sarah reported through their neural link. "My students and their parents are playing their parts perfectly. Just another group of scared humans seeking shelter from the alien threat. The RAC's observation drones are recording everything." In the Lunar Deep Command Facility, General Rivera reviewed the latest simulation results. The quantum computers had processed trillions of possible scenarios, refining their response strategies with each iteration. The RAC's behavior matched their predictions with 99.97% accuracy. "They're following the exact psychological pattern we expected," he communicated to Elena. "Their certainty of superiority is their greatest weakness. They literally cannot conceive of the possibility that we're more advanced than we appear." Elena allowed herself a moment of pride as she watched the RAC's fleet continue its standard intimidation protocols. Every scan they performed, every probe they launched, every transmission they sent was being absorbed, analyzed, and countered by systems they couldn't even detect. The greatest challenge hadn't been developing their advanced technology. It had been hiding it. Creating a convincing facade of primitive development had required more ingenuity than all their technological achievements combined. Every visible advancement had to appear struggling, imperfect, exactly what an emerging civilization should be capable of. As she initiated the next phase of Project Eclipse, Elena reflected on humanity's journey to this moment. They had learned long ago that true power lay not in mere technological superiority, but in the ability to control how that power was perceived. The RAC's collective was about to learn this lesson the hard way. The ultimatum's edge. High Overseer Vexterra's holographic form materialized above every major city on Earth, his crystalline exoskeleton refracting light in mesmerizing patterns. The RAC's commander's voice resonated through every speaker, screen, and communication device on the planet. "Humans of Sol 3. Your time grows short. We have observed your pitiful attempts at defense preparation. Your primitive nuclear weapons and chemical rockets amuse us. Submit to the collective or witness true power." In the Himalayan Command Center, General Rivera watched the aliens display with carefully hidden satisfaction. Every word from the RAC's commander validated their psychological profiles. "Begin the panic protocol," he ordered through the quantum network. Across the globe, the greatest performance in human history accelerated. Military bases scrambled obsolete aircraft in chaotic patterns. Politicians made impassioned speeches about unity and resistance, their words crafted to project exactly the right mixture of defiance and fear. Civilian populations enacted carefully choreographed scenes of panic buying and protest. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, monitoring from her quantum-shielded lab beneath Mount Fuji, analyzed the RAC's response to each action. "Their energy signatures are shifting exactly as predicted," she reported. "They're positioning their fleet for a standard intimidation display." On cue, the RAC's fleet began their show of force. Their smallest ships casually vaporized several of Earth's defunct satellites. Their larger vessels projected energy fields that disrupted what they believed to be Earth's primary power grid. In reality, a network of holographic power stations broadcasting false electromagnetic signatures. In the Amazon underground complex, Colonel Santos watched as the quantum shield network absorbed and analyzed every energy signature from the alien weapons. "Their technology is impressive," she admitted, "but exactly within the parameters we expected. No surprises so far." The RAC's next display of power targeted what they believed to be Earth's most advanced military installation, a secret base in the Gobi Desert. The facility, actually an elaborate holographic projection maintained by Project Eclipse, erupted in spectacular but harmless explosions as alien energy weapons struck it. "Your most advanced weapons cannot harm even our smallest vessels," Vexterra proclaimed. "Witness the fate of those who resist the collective." The alien commander transmitted images of other worlds they had conquered, showing the destruction of civilizations far more advanced than Earth appeared to be. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, coordinating from her Saharan Command Center, smiled as the quantum processors analyzed every frame of the transmitted footage. "They're giving us their entire tactical playbook," she communicated through the neural network. "Every demonstration reveals more about their capabilities and limitations." In orbit, hidden in dimensional pocket space, humanity's true fleet continued its silent deployment. Captain Maya Patel, commanding the advanced stealth ship Prometheus, positioned her vessel within kilometers of Iraq's dreadnought. The aliens' most sophisticated sensors detected nothing but empty space. "Final positions achieved," she reported through quantum channels. "All ships confirm dimensional shields at full power. We can begin operations at any time." The Rax ultimatum entered its final phase as Vexterra initiated what his species considered their masterstroke: a comprehensive scan of Earth's information networks. Their quantum intrusion systems breached what appeared to be humanity's most secure databases, downloading terabytes of carefully crafted false information. "We know everything about your civilization," the alien commander announced triumphantly. "Your military capabilities, your resource distribution, your command structures, all are laid bare before us. Your attempts at encryption are like children's puzzles to our systems." In the Mariana Trench facility, Dr. Aidan O'Connor monitored the Rax's cyber intrusion through the quantum network. Every piece of data they stole had been meticulously designed to reinforce their preconceptions. The real human information network, operating on principles the Rax couldn't even detect, remained completely hidden. 14 hours until their deadline, General Rivera noted. "Status report on Eclipse Phase 3. All systems ready," Elena confirmed. "The dimensional phase generators are charged. Quantum shields are at full capacity. The memory cloud is processing at peak efficiency. We can execute the moment they make their move." Throughout the hidden facilities spanning the globe, humanity's true technology hummed with barely contained power. Zero-point reactors channeled energy that could power civilizations. Quantum computers processed calculations that would take conventional systems millennia to complete. Dimensional manipulators prepared to alter the very fabric of spacetime. As the Rax fleet arranged itself for what they believed would be a simple conquest, humanity waited behind its veil of carefully crafted weakness. The greatest deception in human history was about to enter its final phase, and the galaxy's most powerful civilization had no idea they were about to become an object lesson in the dangers of underestimating humanity. Veils of power. The deadline arrived with the rising sun over Earth's eastern hemisphere. High Overseer Vexterra's final ultimatum echoed across the planet's communication networks. "Your time has expired. Witness the price of defiance." The massive Rax fleet began their attack formation, their crystalline ships arranging themselves in a pattern that had brought doom to hundreds of civilizations. Their energy weapons powered up, targeting what they believed to be Earth's vital infrastructure. In the Himalayan command center, General Rivera watched the alien fleet's movements with cold satisfaction. "They're in position," he announced through the quantum network. "All commands, execute Phase 3. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, seated in her command chair deep beneath the Sahara, initiated the sequence they had prepared for decades. "Dimensional phase generators activating," she commanded. "Prepare to drop the veil." Across the solar system, humanity's hidden technology stirred to life. The quantum shield network, previously invisible even to the Rax's most advanced sensors, began its transformation. Layers of dimensional camouflage peeled away like cosmic onion skins, revealing Earth's true defenses. The Rax fleet's first salvos of energy weapons struck what appeared to be empty space, only to be absorbed by quantum shields that suddenly shimmered into visibility. In orbit, Captain Maya Patel's voice rang through the secure channels. "All ships, emerge from dimensional pocket space. Let them see what they're really facing." Around the Rax fleet, space itself seemed to ripple and tear. From these dimensional rifts emerged humanity's true space fleet, ships that made the aliens' massive vessels look primitive by comparison. The Prometheus, Maya's flagship, drew itself out of null space less than a kilometer from Vexterra's command ship. Impossible. The alien commander's voice betrayed his species' first experience of genuine shock. Our scans showed no signs of this technology. You are a primitive. We showed you exactly what we wanted you to see. General Rivera's voice cut through all frequencies, overriding even the Rax's secure communications. Your arrogance made our deception simple. In the Mariana Trench facility, Dr. Aidan O'Connor activated the memory cloud's offensive protocols. The collective consciousness of humanity, hidden until now behind dimensional barriers, reached out through quantum channels to touch the Rax fleet's computer systems. Their supposedly unhackable networks, the product of millennia of development, crumbled before an intelligence that operated on principles they couldn't comprehend. Ship after ship lost power as human consciousness flowed through their systems, rewriting their operational codes faster than their safeguards could respond. Standard Rax encryption, Aidan commented through the neural network. They never developed true quantum computing. They don't even understand the basics of consciousness transfer. From the lunar surface, previously hidden installations emerged from dimensional shields. The moon's entire dark side transformed, revealing vast arrays of technology that defied the aliens' understanding of physics. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's voice carried pride as she reported, lunar defense grid fully operational. Zero-point energy weapons locked on all targets. High Overseer Vexterra watched in growing horror as his fleet's sensors finally showed the truth. Earth was surrounded by a web of technology far beyond anything the Rax Collective had ever encountered. Their scans, now freed from human interference, detected energy readings that shouldn't be possible. "What are you?" the alien commander demanded. "We are humanity," Elena responded, her voice carrying through all frequencies. "We learned long ago that the greatest power lies not in technological advancement, but in controlling how that power is perceived. You saw what you expected to see, a primitive species ready for conquest. You never questioned why our development followed such a predictable pattern. The Rax fleet's attempts to retreat were halted by fields of distorted spacetime, created by technology they had dismissed as simple satellite debris. Captain Patel's ships moved with impossible precision, herding the alien vessels into a containment formation they had practiced for years. Your entire campaign of conquest was based on technological superiority," General Rivera continued. "You never developed the one technology that matters most, the ability to truly understand and predict other species. We studied you for decades through quantum observation networks you couldn't detect. We knew you were coming. We knew exactly how you would behave." In orbit, the Prometheus's hull shifted like liquid metal, reconfiguring itself into a tack formation. Similar transformations rippled through the human fleet as adaptive metamaterials responded to quantum speed battle computations. The memory cloud processed combat scenarios faster than light, updating tactical displays through the neural network. "You have two options," Elena announced to the trapped Rax fleet. "Immediate surrender and withdrawal from this solar system, or a demonstration of how completely we have surpassed your understanding of technology. You have 5 minutes to decide." As the ultimatum hung in space, humanity's hidden power continued to reveal itself. Zero-point energy reactors powered weapons that could reshape reality. Quantum shields flickered with energies that defied conventional physics. And through it all, the collective consciousness of humanity watched through countless sensors, ready to respond to any choice the Rax made with overwhelming force. Dawn of revelation. High Overseer Vexterra's response came with seconds remaining in humanity's ultimatum. The crystalline form of the Rax commander appeared simultaneously in every command center on Earth, a final attempt at intimidation that now seemed almost quaint to human sensors. "The Rax Collective has conquered 300 worlds," he declared, his voice carrying less certainty than before. "We do not surrender." Before he could finish, Dr. Elena Rodriguez nodded to Dr. Aidan O'Connor. Through the memory cloud, a fraction of humanity's collective consciousness touched the Rax fleet's systems. In an instant, every weapon, every engine, every piece of technology on their ships went dark. That was 1/millionth of our computational power, Elena informed the stunned alien commander. Would you like to see what else we can do? From the lunar surface, Dr. Yuki Tanaka activated a single node of the zero-point energy grid. A beam of pure white light lanced out, striking an uninhabited asteroid beyond Mars. The massive rock didn't explode. It simply ceased to exist, converted entirely into energy that the human network captured and redistributed. Impossible, Vexterra whispered. This defies all known physics. Known to you, Captain Maya Patel replied from the Prometheus. Her ship's hull rippled like quicksilver as it demonstrated technology that the Rax couldn't even theorize. We passed your understanding of physics centuries ago. We just didn't see any reason to show it. Through quantum-secured channels, General Rivera's voice carried to every human installation across the solar system. Execute Final Revelation Protocol. The space around Earth shimmered as the last veils fell away. Hidden cities on Mars emerged from dimensional shields. Mining operations on Jupiter's moons revealed themselves to be vast energy collection arrays. The asteroid belt transformed, showing an interconnected network of quantum processors and zero-point energy harvesters. Your entire empire, Elena addressed Vexterra, spans barely 1,000 light-years. We have been watching civilizations rise and fall across half the galaxy. We chose to remain hidden, to watch and learn, until species like yours forced our hand. In the Mariana Trench facility, Dr. O'Connor accessed the memory cloud's deepest archives. Through every display in the Rax fleet, images began to play. Hundreds of alien civilizations, each as advanced as the Rax, each unaware of humanity's true nature. Some were peaceful, some hostile, but all had been studied, understood, and catalogued by human observers they never detected. We are not your prey, General Rivera declared. We are the Watchers, the Guardians, the ones who decided long ago that true power lies not in conquest, but in understanding. Through the quantum network, Colonel Santos initiated the final phase of Project Eclipse. Across the galaxy, hidden human outposts revealed themselves. Observation posts in distant star systems, research stations in other galaxies, dimensional gates that could cross millions of light-years in an instant. Humanity's true scope became clear. The universe is vast, Elena continued, and filled with young species like yours. Species that mistake technological advancement for true civilization. We hidden ourselves not out of fear, but out of hope that you would learn wisdom before power. Today proves that hope was misplaced. The Prometheus's sensors detected quantum fluctuations from the Rax fleet, desperate attempts to transmit warnings to their empire. Captain Patel allowed these messages to pass through their quantum shields. Let them warn others, her crew understood. Let the galaxy know what happens when you mistake patience for weakness. Your empire ends here, General Rivera announced. You will withdraw to your core worlds. You will cease all military expansions. You will learn to coexist with your neighbors. And you will do this knowing that we are watching. Always watching. High Overseer Vexterra, Supreme Commander of the most powerful fleet in known space, leader of an empire that had never known defeat, bowed his crystalline head. The Rax Collective accepts your terms. As the alien fleet prepared for their humiliating retreat, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood in her command center, watching through countless quantum sensors as humanity's greatest deception came to an end. Send the signal, she ordered. Through dimensional gates and quantum channels, the message spread to every hidden human outpost in the galaxy. Protocol Eclipse complete. The time of hiding was over. A new age was dawning, one where humanity's role as the silent guardians of galactic civilization would finally be known. In orbit, Captain Patel watched the Rax ships limp away, their once proud formation now scattered and broken. Do you think they'll actually learn? She asked through the neural network. They'll learn, Elena replied, her consciousness touching the vast networks of human observation posts spreading across the cosmos. They all learn, eventually. And for those who don't, She let the thought hang unfinished as she initiated the first protocols of humanity's new, revealed role in the galaxy. The age of deception was over. The age of guidance had begun, and throughout the cosmos, countless civilizations were about to discover that they had never been alone. That humanity had been there all along, watching, waiting, and preparing for this moment of revelation.